welcome. You're watching Business Today Television. I'm Sakshi Batra, and this is Market Today, a show where we'll help you understand the opening action, the trading setup, and all the market strategies you need to follow for this fresh and new day as well. Remember, the Nifty is heading into this midweek trading session on the back of a 4-day winning streak. Although some profit booking towards the close of yesterday's trade was definitely witnessed, but we, on the index level, managed to defend 25,100 on the downside despite that profit booking. Now, what has happened overnight in the US and what's the trade setup like? US stocks have also ended their longest winning streak since May on Tuesday, spurred by a rotation out of the big tech shares that was so far leading the momentum. So S&P 500 fell by 0.4%, interrupting the 7 consecutive sessions of gains. Nasdaq 100 declined roughly by 0.6%, and Dow Jones also slipped by about 0.2% in trade. This morning in Asia, we did see most of the markets trade higher. Despite the fact that the US markets ended lower, and of course the S&P breaking the 7-day of a winning streak as well. Most of the markets in the Asia markets have been trading higher. Remember the record high levels that we've been seeing on the Nikkei, all across last many sessions, that has continued to be on the positive end, although just slightly positive. Kospi, although, is higher by 2.7%. Shanghai up by about 0.5%, but Hang Seng has seen some weakness in trade, and Gift Nifty is indicating to a flattish start in again today's trading session. So we'll see how things pan out in trade. Remember, apart from the secondary markets, the action that has built up in the primary market space also will continue to be in action today. LG Electronics, that opened its IPO yesterday, has got off to a strong start with the share sales fully subscribed on day one. WeWork India IPO sale through on the final day as well. And we've seen Tata Capital's mega share sale of 15,500 crores was filled up 75% up until day two. Now, we will also be looking forward to the Tata Group as a whole, which has been in news and will be continuing to be so. Remember, tomorrow is when we see TCS and Tata Elxsi earnings kickstart as well. There's also business updates from Titan and from Tata Motors that we are given to understand, and all of that will keep the entire Tata Group in focus. What's happening in the other asset classes? Well, gold futures have again spiked to new record highs, touching $4,000 per ounce, driven by factors like safe haven demand, ongoing political upheaval, and even the economic uncertainty that has continued to shine bright for gold and silver, and that continues to be the case. Let's actually welcome our guest on board. We're now joined by Mr. Abhishek Basumalik, the co-founder and fund manager of Srirama Managers, to help us understand his view on the markets thus far. Abhishek ji, warm welcome. Good morning to you. The markets are attempting, the bulls are attempting to again climb back above 25,000 and maybe move into higher zones. But at the same time, we have, the earnings factor that remains an overhang. Whether or not the earnings will actually come to support the sentiment at this point in time is the key question at this point in time. We're also looking at how the primary market space is also leading to a lot of siphoning off the liquidity towards its side, with big IPOs coming in simultaneously. So how are you looking at the markets at this point, sir?
Uh, Good morning to you and all your viewers. See, I think like we discussed probably last week, the market is now stuck in a range, and now we've sort of come off the bottom, and we're now trying to get to that 25,500, 25,700 kind of levels once more. And if we get there, or if we even get close to that, I think we will again see some more volatility. So I don't see this changing anytime soon. My base expectations that this quarter results are also going to be fairly lackluster. It's not going to be anything, great. So it's going to take some time for uh, the markets to decisively move beyond the band that is stuck in.
Absolutely. So, if I have to ask you, Abhishek ji, from the investor's perspective, are you looking out for opportunities in the secondary market, or are you betting big on the primary market, which has big conglomerates and large companies launching these big bang IPOs? How are you scouting for opportunities at this point?
So usually I don't invest in IPOs. I always have this belief that if you want to invest in a company, let it be listed for a couple of quarters, and then you take a call. There could be a few exceptions. Uh, Probably one exception that comes to mind right now is the LG IPO that is going on, because here is one company which has a very well demonstrated track record of performance, of having uh, exceptionally good products, very good penetration, uh, you know a large variety or a basket of products, all of which is important for an aspirational India. So, for a company like LG, you might want to take a look at the IPO. I don't know how it will turn out post listing, or how many times oversubscribed it will be, given that it's already fully subscribed. But LG IPO is something that is interesting. The other ones, not so much. For the other ones, I would probably wait a bit and see.
Okay, fair point. So we'll definitely keep a watch on all these IPOs, but LT is something that looks promising at this point. Let's actually look at some of the other aspects that we can discuss. Yes, the pre-open market has started to tick. Lower end, 25,068. You can look at a 0.25% of a downtick as was being seen by the gift Nifty. But let's see how things pan out. Remember, we are on the sandwich day, between two expiries of the Nifty yesterday and the Sensex contracts tomorrow. And we're looking at some sort of volatility to also kick in at this stage. 25,143 is back with us, about 0.1% higher in trade. We'll keep an eye out on how things open up, and we'll be back once 908 is settled as the pre-open trade, and that will give us more sense as to how to look at some of the sectors and the stocks on that front. But the Abhishek ji, I want to start off by also understanding from you. Tomorrow is also the day when we look at the earnings season kickstart with TCS and Tata Elxsi from IT sector reporting their numbers. Now, for this is going to be an understanding whether this will be a continuation of the disappointment that we saw in Q1 for the IT sector, or will there be some sort of a recovery just yet or not? How are you looking at first the IT sector earnings, and then we'll come to the overall basket, sir?
So, given the kind of announcements in terms of new projects or new contracts that these companies have put out, I don't see a major change in fortunes of the IT companies, at least the larger ones. Maybe some, like a Coforge or LTI Mindtree or Persistent, Hexaware, these might perform slightly better compared to the frontline IT companies.
Okay, but for the overall earnings, Abhishek ji, how are you looking at it? So far in the last 4 5 quarters, what we've seen is largely about 8 9% or just about single digit gains for the Nifty companies at large. How are you looking at what's going to be panning out? By when do you see double digit earnings growth coming back for at least the Nifty companies, sir?
Very difficult, for the Nifty companies, because if you look at uh, the larger number of weightage in Nifty is finance, right? Banking and finance. They are not sort of galloping at this point in time.
Hmm.
Uh, IT is there, again, very subdued. So I would hazard a guess that for Nifty, uh, earnings growth to go to double digits might take Q4 of this year at least.
Okay, okay, fair point. So, and if I have to ask you on the specific business updates that we've got thus far, that has given us some hint of what kind of earnings can pan out. Most of the banking names have actually come out with their business updates. Today, we have, of course, names from the consumer durable space as well. Titan is coming out as well. We have Lodha, Keystone Realtors from the real estate space. Again, from the consumption basket, we have Godrej Consumer Products. How are you looking at some of the business updates that have indicated what sort of earnings could come in? What has stood out?
I think some of these larger banks have given decent updates, and Also, the sentiment has been weak, so they could surprise us to the upside. So, an ICICI Bank, HDFC, Kotak, those. Uh, if I look at like IT, I think we already discussed. Go for just you know persistent. These companies could LTI 90. These companies could do well. I think. The other set which could actually give a good earnings up, not surprise, but good earnings is the healthcare diagnostics, that space. I think that has been strong for the last few quarters. Cement in pockets can do well. Uh, Industrials, capital goods, power, that is another sector that looks good. And I think the biggest beneficiary of the announcements thus far is going to be defense and railways. I think railways also there was uh, an order announcement yesterday. So, defense and railways is something which is worth looking at.
Okay, defense and railways also worth looking at. In fact, this is an interesting pocket to discuss further with you. On the defense space of late, we're given to understand there are reports that are mentioning that the government is opening up even private sector's participation in, creating of missiles back home, grenades back home, ammunition back home as well. A lot of private companies could actually get that opportunity. So one is that, and of course, on the railway front, we've been consistently looking at some order flows. And yesterday also, we saw at least four projects getting announced as well. How are you looking at the opportunities that exist from here on, and any top choices between these two sectors that actually draw your attention more than the others? Because the sector-wide move is missing. The last time around we saw it, move in tandem. The entire sector was about a couple of months ago, and that too for a very brief period. And the previous one, which was a long drawn one, which happened, was in the last year. And from that time, these two spaces have been in a consolidative zone. So, what is the best way of picking and choosing the stocks from here that would actually react to all of these positive developments more than the others?
See, there are a lot of players in both these sectors, right? I mean, defense, obviously, multiple private as well as PSU companies. Same for railways. uh, but I think what is happening, if you see on a very broad base, is that both in defense and railways, the expenditure that the government is doing is very, very large, right? And it is going to be long-term expenditure, capital expenditure that is happening. In defense, the additional kicker is that we are now, at least the private sector is getting very serious about exports. And what we are seeing globally, especially in Europe, is that Western Europe is beginning to rearm itself. So that uh, there lies an opportunity in the Western European markets for some of these Indian players to become tier two, tier three suppliers. So,
Hmm.
both these sectors look very interesting. I would not like to get into, individual stock names, but
Sure.
if an investor wants to play these, one option is, you can go through a diversified index fund, the sectoral fund, or just pick three or four of the top players in each of these sectors and play it as a basket.
Fantastic. Okay, I hope that this has given some understanding to investors as to how to go about these pockets at this point. Since we've been talking also about the alternate asset classes that have widely outperformed the equities performance this year, gold and silver have stood out, the test of time, 2 consecutive years, maybe 4 consecutive years of outperforming the markets as well. This year, when the Nifty and the Sensex are absolutely flat on a year-to-date basis, it's gold that is shot up 42%, silver that shot up 52% in trade, and the rally continues unabated as well. On an everyday basis, you're getting to see how gold has inched further up and silver has inched even further at record high levels as well. So one, what is this doing is creating a lot of FOMO. among investors that they have missed out, even when they did not have the courage to invest it at 1 lakh odd levels. There is another 21,000 rupees of a jump on the gold prices. And similarly, when they did not invest in silver prices at 1 lakh rupees, it's moved up to 1.5 lakh rupees now, and in a very short span of time. So there's a lot of FOMO that among investors one can completely see. There are further questions: with this rally continue unabated at this time of underperformance in the equity and outperformance in the precious metals, should one again go with the outperforming trend? And thirdly, going forward from here, will the gold and silver continue to outperform the Nifty for a longer time as well? Those are two, three questions that are coming in the minds of investors. First, Abhishek ji, how are you looking at this outperformance of precious metals? What are you advising clients?
See, one thing is gold. Let's start with gold, and silver also has a very similar kind of a structure. The only difference is that silver is also an industrial metal, which gold is not. Gold is primarily seen as a store of value, and that is why uh, people, central banks, everyone sort of rushes towards gold when times are uncertain. And I don't think uh, people in the media like you would have to be told how uncertain it is. It's probably one of the most uncertain times that we've lived in. The world is moving based on a tweet of a US president. Policy making is happening through tweets.
Yeah.
Uh, there is wars going on across the world where big countries are involved. A lot of people are losing their lives. I mean, see, conflict is not something which is new to the world. It keeps on happening all the time. But in the last, I think, 10, 15 years, I don't remember any time where there are so many conflicts rearing up. And possibly one of the reason why that is happening is, US is taking a back seat
Yeah.
from being the global policeman, right? And what typically happens when there is no policeman policing things is, the local rowdies start, doing their own mischief, and that is exactly what is
True.
happening in the global world. So, with that as the backdrop, I think if you see who is the biggest buyer of gold, it is basically the central banks of the
Central.
world, right? And that is not likely to change. And US is sort of deleveraging. It has to get out of its debt trap, and it's going to continue to do all these kinds of policy uncertainties. So I don't see immediately a move away from gold. Will the gold prices keep going up? That is for anybody to guess. I don't have a very good knowledge about how asset prices like gold, silver, etc. move, because essentially they don't have intrinsic value, right? I mean, you cannot model how a gold is going to behave. It's just pure demand and supply. So it's very difficult to find out what will trigger a rise or a fall in demand and supply. But right now, doesn't look like the gold rally is going to sort of abate anytime soon. Silver possibly is doing a catch up rally with gold.
Yeah.
That's what is happening. And again, that might also continue because, again, people are trying to look for uh, stable assets, right? Stable physical assets. And gold, silver are very, very good proxies of exactly that. So, uh, and Indian, I would say, households are lucky in a sense that they do actually have a very, very large hoard of gold. Whether that is monetizable or not, that's a different discussion altogether. But definitely, from a wealth effect perspective, it does have some rub-off effect on Indian households.
Okay. One of the key reasons why there was also this stunning gold and silver rally was because of the economic uncertainty and the political upheavals that we've been seeing as well. But when we talk about US tariffs that led to this uncertainty, it's already been 6 months since the Liberation Day. And since the first time that Donald Trump announced these US tariffs. Now, what has happened is Harvard economist and former IMF chief economist of Geeta Gopinath, she's criticized the former steps that have been taken on the US tariffs as far as US President Donald Trump's policies are concerned. And she has called them negative scorecard for the American economy. What she has said is that Trump's steep tariffs of up to 50% on imports from India and from Brazil, and even 100% on some of the Indian medicines, were meant to boost domestic manufacturing and improve trade balance. However, 6 months after implementation, Geeta Gopinath has found that the tariffs have had delivered little to no economic benefit to the US as well. This is what she's posted on Twitter. And she has also talked about whether it has raised revenues or not, whether it has raised inflation. She says yes, by small amounts. She's talked about has it improved any trade balance. She says there is no sign of it. When it comes to improvement in US manufacturing, again, she says there is no sign of that. And therefore, she calls it a negative scorecard for now. Abhishek, help us understand, 6 months on, what US set out to do, what their purpose was, to improve their economy, to increase money in their coffers, at the same time, improve the trade balance, bring back home some manufacturing. None of that has happened so far, as per the former economist. How are you looking at the current state, and whether there will be any sort of a backtrack on the steps that have been taken on the tariff policies thus far?
So, first of all, I would not comment on what Geeta Gopinath has said, because she's a far, far more accomplished, economist than I am, and I'm not even an economist. But what I would sort of have a difference of opinion with what has been said is 6 months is too less a time to judge the
Hmm.
economic fallout of a policy. It usually will take 2 years, 3 years, sometimes even more, for the actual impact on the ground to be found out. So, just let's sort of walk through an example. So, let's say the Indian president, prime minister says that we will uh, want to become Atmanirbhar, and we will uh, stop all uh, imports of drugs or APIs, etc., from any country in the world, and we'll have to start off here. Now, initially, first few months, the companies that are involved, they will try to lobby, they will try to figure out whether this is going to be taken back, etc., etc. Uh, After that, once they realize that okay, this may not be taken back, then they will start thinking
Right.
about alternative routes, what can be done. Maybe
Sure.
after 6 months, maybe after 9 months, they'll figure out, okay, this is there for this is there to stay. Then they
Sure.
will start thinking about putting up the factories, etc. So it will take a long time
It will take a
for
long time. We'll
yeah.
just shift focus to the market opening at this point in time. Well, we are looking at the Nifty, which is trading at 25,120 odd levels at this point. So slightly positive at this point in time, but it's swiftly turning negative. Now you're seeing volatility that's coming into play, and you can see even the mid caps, small caps, the Nifty Bank also slipping into the red. Nifty and Sensex have both slipped into the red as well. IT index is lower by 0.1%. Even though the advances are 1017 versus 548 decline, so the breadth is still positive, but large part of the major indices have actually slipped into the red in the initial tick as well. Among the sectoral movers that we are looking at, metals, defense, and energy, they continue to move on the positive side. But I think most of the sectors are lower. Pharma, PSU banks, realty, financials, Nifty banks, FMCG, they are all down in trade. Gainers on the Nifty, you have Titan among the top movers at this point. Adani Enterprises, Tata Steel, Bharti Airtel, Asian Paints, and JSW Steel are among the top movers. Remember, Titan is moving on the back of the domestic business update that they've given on the jewelry business. It's up by 19% year on year. That's leading to a 3.5% uptick on Titan at this point in time. When we talk about the other business as well, watches business has also seen about a 12% year on year surge, and therefore you do see some uptick on Titan on that front. But apart from this, we are also looking at some of the other stocks that are in focus right in the morning. You have IGL that's actually pulling up in trade 1% higher. You have, apart from that, some of the other stocks, NMDC, that's pulling up in trade as well. Let me pull up some of the news-related stocks. Lodha Developers also came out with its business update. Collections up 13%, pre-sales up 7%. Let's see how that has also opened just slightly on the back foot. Keystone Realtors came out with an update. Pre-sales up 9%, collections up 9%. Positive, report on that front. Let's also pull up Godrej Consumer Products. They've talked about how their home care portfolio has is expected to deliver high single digit value growth, and GST transition is expected to have a short term impact on profitability, they've said. Maybe because of that, there is a 0.7% decline on this one. But Tata Motors is also in focus. Remember, viewers, we've been talking about the cyber attack impact on JLR so far. Finally, Tata Motors has come out with its update for Q2 that they believe the JLR volumes have been lower, with wholesales down 24% on a year-on-year basis and retail sales down 17% on a year-on-year basis as well. This is led by a large part of the cyber attack impact as well. But let's look at some of the other stocks too. Container Corp is in focus. The company has entered into an agreement with Ultratech Cement for transportation of bulk cement. Keep that stock in focus. Anant Raj is in focus. The company has opened a qualified institutional placement, approved a floor price of 695 rupees per share. And we're also looking at Utkarsh Small Finance Bank. The company has received in principle approval from NSE and BSE for proposed rights issue of shares as well. So some of those stocks are clearly in focus at this point in time as well. Quickly coming to you, Abhishek ji. Titan, 3.5% higher. Strong Q2 business update, and we've been talking about gold and silver all this way. So the jewelers, which were so far being seen as those which may have faced some lack of demand because of rising prices of gold, does not seem to be the case, at least for now. 4% higher for Titan now at 35.56. What would you say?
Yeah, I think Titan the jewelers in India primarily I think is price agnostic. I mean, people don't buy gold or jewelry because of the price. In fact, I would argue that with the higher prices, retail investors or retail consumers of gold would want to buy more. And this is the time of the year during Diwali, during Navratri, when there is significant amount of buying of gold. So obviously, good times for the jewelers.
Okay, got that. And are you also looking at other jewelers at this stage in time beyond Titan as well? How are you looking at some of the others, like Kalyan, for instance, maybe Senco Gold? Are others also coming into focus? And what about gold financiers as well? So is that space also interesting you?
Yeah, gold finance is probably a good place to look at. I don't really track any of the gold companies. I mean, the jewelry companies. Probably it's a long held bias of mine, but maybe should start looking at them.
Okay, got that. Let me also look at some of the other big movers and shakers at this point. TCS is opening on a positive end. Remember, viewers, tomorrow is when the earnings come in. 1.5% higher in trade. You can see 3011 kind of levels on TCS. So keep that in focus as well. And the Tata Group stocks are definitely in focus. But remember, viewers, there's also another aspect on the Tata Group that all of us want to keep in mind. Remember, top leaders of the Tata Group, including Tata Trust Chairman Noel Tata and Tata Sons Chairman, what we are given to understand, and Chandrasekharan, reportedly have met Home Minister Amit Shah and Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman last night. And this meeting actually comes amid reports of, infighting among trustees over board appointments, governance issues. Others who have said to join the meeting in Delhi included even Venu Srinivasan, Darius Kambata as well. Now, to talk more about what's happening within the Tata Group is my colleague Krishna Gopalan, the executive editor of Business Today, joining in to help us understand what this means and how should one be really reading into the fine lines as to what's happening here. And now that the government is also getting involved here, Krishna, how are you looking at it? Amit Shah, probably overseeing what's really happening and probably concerned about what's really happening at one of the largest conglomerates in India. Krishna, are you on mute by any chance? We couldn't hear you. Krishna, I think there's some issue with your audio. We can't hear you at all. Let's try and understand whether we can just fix that technical line because unable to hear Krishna completely at this stage. Krishna, if you can hear me, unmute yourself, please, and we'll come back to you. But at the same time, let me take Abhishek ji's view as well before going to Krishna. Abhishek ji, we have been seeing from last 1.5, 2 months on, there are a lot of, headlines, surfacing. There are a lot of news flows coming into focus as well. There are issues with regards to who should be, the members of the board of the trust as well, and how are they being decided at this point in time. There's also a factor on age related question. There are so many issues that are going on at this point that one is unable to understand how to really look at it from a conglomerate. Say somebody who's been betting big on a Tata group in their investment portfolio, since historically this has proven to be a large wealth creating portfolio, conglomerate as well. How should an investor really look at this development?
Investors should not look at this development at all. I mean, it doesn't concern them. Most of the Tata Group companies are, extremely well managed. They have their own board, independently functioning. What happens at the top is more of, how the Tata Sons and the Tata Trusts are going to have ownership of these companies. That has practically very little relevance to the operating functioning of these companies. And to be fair, for any company of this size or any group of this size, unless it has a very well structured policy of succession, these kinds of battles are uh, inevitable. It is definitely going to happen. It has happened in the past in the Tata Group itself. If you've read or if you've gone through it, when Ratan Tata came in, similar kind of sort of pushes and pulls were there, uh, and I don't expect that it is going to be any different now. I mean, but it is for people who want to observe this uh, more like a social drama. Uh, that is the way to look at it. I don't think it really has too much of direct relevance to the investment in their companies.
Okay, got that. So, on the Tata Group as a whole, which are the segments that you prefer at this stage in time? We talked about Titan, we talked about TCS in the IT space. Where are you looking at, opportunities amidst, of course, the IPO that's still underway?
See, I mean, if you look at the Tata Group, it has practically its finger in every pie in the across the industrial spectrum.
Yeah,
There are a few companies which are very, very interesting in the Tata Group, which is yet unlisted. You know, the Tata Defense, Advanced Defense Systems, or I forgetting the names. That is very, very interesting. Some of the semiconductor foray that is happening is in the private entities. So these are there, but even in the listed ones, if I look at a Tata Power, it is in a very, very strong wicket. If I look at Tata Chemicals, again, on a very strong wicket. If I look at Voltas, very, very strong wicket. Tata Motors doing extremely well in their transition to EVs, although the JLR part is what is probably not very well known or very clear right now how it will pan out. Tata Steel, again, as and when the steel cycle starts picking up, which looks like it's going to be on a good wicket for the next few years, because China is sort of moving away from the low cost, manufacturing. So
sure.
most of the Tata Group companies are looking interesting.
Okay, let's go back to Krishna is back with us. Krishna, how are you looking at the government now, taking a part in the meetings that are underway as far as the Tata Group is concerned?
I think Sakshi is very clear. They just want a sense of stability. It's India's most premier conglomerate with a presence across sectors. I think they just want peace in the boardroom. And given the fact that Tata Sons is the holding company of the group and the fact that they depend on Tata Trust in terms of shareholding, They just want to ensure that it's business as usual. It's not as if it's going to affect the group companies in any form, but a boardroom battle of this kind, I think there's apprehension that it could lead to serious repercussions is something the government is trying to avoid at this point.
Absolutely. What can we expect now going forward from you, Krishna, after this meeting? What's really happening on the ground?
My anticipation is that Tata Trust board members will have to sit, thrash out the issues within themselves. There appears to be more than two factions, and they have to understand that they have to sit together and work. I just want to bring up one point here. In 2022, the position of Tata, the chairman of Tata Sons and the chairman of the trust was changed through an article of association because one person typically held both the positions. Now they have two different persons for those two different positions. That could be one of the reasons for the complication now. So I think some level of clarity must emerge at the earliest to ensure that all is well and nothing more. Nothing is more important than that.
Absolutely. And all of this comes in right when Tata Capital, the biggest IPO of 2025, is underway. And we will see how things pan out. So far, about 75% of the IPO is subscribed, and today is the last day. And we will see how it really pans out in trade as well. Thanks a lot, Krishna, for being with us and for, of course, giving us all of those updates. We'll, of course, keep an eye out on all those developments. Very, very important and crucial at this stage for the Tata Group, as Krishna definitely points out, and all those developments that we will continue to give you an update of on Business Today television as well. Okay, viewers, let's shift focus then from the Tata Group to the other moving stocks. First 15 minutes of a candle is nearly done and dusted on the markets right now. And you do see a lot of momentum that's actually still holding up when it comes to the IT space, 1.2% higher. For the IT index. Tomorrow is when the IT sector starts reporting their earnings, and you are seeing a smart momentum. Abhishek ji, help us understand. We did discuss the IT stocks, the large underperformance that we have seen in this year so far from the IT space. Do you think some kind of a bottoming out could be in place, even if the earnings come maybe a quarter later?
Definitely, I think we are probably in the phase of bottoming out. I think we did discuss this last time I was here on your show. I think we will see the bottoming out phase happening, and probably a TCS or an Infosys will see some sort of consolidation before it if they can get their act together, which I'm sure they will. Probably start seeing an up move much before the corporate results start getting better.
Okay, got that. Well, let me also welcome another guest to join our board. Now we have Kiran Jani joining in, Head of Technical Research at Genum Booking. Kiran, good morning to you. Good to have you with us. First 15 minutes of a candle formed. How are you looking at this market right now? We attempted to cross above 25,200 on the intraday basis yesterday. Today, again, we are making an attempt to climb up above 25,175 odd or so. What's your sense on the markets and between Nifty and Nifty Bank? Are you still bullish more on the Nifty Bank at this point?
Overall, if you look at the market structure, since last 4 days, market is trading into the high top high bottom pattern. Yesterday, because of weekly expiry, we have seen some of the profit booking taken out on Nifty front, but Bank Nifty is still holding important level marks. And so far, Nifty is also holding its important and psychological resistance, which is 25,000. So overall, intraday point of view, the indicators and momentum indicators are into the overbought zone. So there are chances we can see some sort of profit booking from current level, as the market is also approaching from the resistance level like 25,200 to 25,300. So there will be the range. Market will consolidate within this range. That is what our view as of now. So 25,000 is the very good support. Buy on dip could be the strategy. Keep a strict stop loss below 25,000. And the higher side 25,200, 25,300 would remain resistance until and unless it is not crossing. We can see some profit booking for sure today or tomorrow, because already we have seen a good amount of rally. There is a time we can see some consolidation at current market price. Coming to the Bank Nifty has given a breakout from double bottom pattern. Now it is trading above its all important moving averages, and the main importantly 56,000. Previously also we have seen market struggle to cross 56,000, and if it did not cross 56,000, and we have seen a profit booking also. Now from that profit booking, market is again trying to catch up that rally and trading into the high top high bottom pattern. Comparing to the Nifty, Bank Nifty looks very much promising at current market price. So any dips toward 56,000 would be the great accumulation zone. Keep a strict stop loss below 55,800, and we can expect price target somewhere around 57,000 or maybe 57,500 at least by Diwali. So both the indices are into the bullish territory only, but let's wait for some profit booking and buy on the dip would be the preferred strategy.
Okay. Abhishek ji, coming back to you, when it comes to the other sectors beyond the ones that we have discussed, how are you looking at the consumption theme that has been so far in the limelight because of the GST rationalization? Is most of the good news already in the price? And how are you looking at some of the other themes that are yet to, take the lead and, participate in the market recovery?
See,
I
if we
think
Abhishek ji, to you.
uh, so from a consumption perspective, I think we're just getting started. GST benefits have started getting rolled out. Income tax cuts will start playing out now. So once you see some kind of stability in the markets, you will probably see a lot of these consumption stocks doing well. Now, consumption today is slightly different from the typical consumption that used to be earlier. So, FMCG is not the marker for consumption today. I would say, white goods, uh, travel and tourism, etc., are better proxies of consumption than just looking at FMCG and those kinds of things.
Okay, got that. Any key stock ideas that you would like to highlight for our viewers by the end of our conversation today?
Not really. I mean, stock ideas is something it's very difficult to give out on a purely from a regulatory perspective. So,
Sure.
let me stay away from that.
Okay, thank you so much, then, Abhishek ji, for being with us on the show and, of course, helping us with your insights across a band of sectors and themes that we discussed today. Appreciate your time.
Thank you.
All right, Kiran, we'll come to you for the stock ideas then. Technically speaking, in this kind of a market that is trying to again pull up itself and participate, are you looking at any stock ideas specifically that could be used for trading ideas?
See, if you look at the overall chart pattern, market is in the bullish territory only, but the stock selection would be the key now because we are expecting a good quality stocks or maybe the stocks which were into the consolidation phase can give a good return. So stock specific chemical sector looks very much promising, and within the chemical, graphite looks very much attractive and low risk trade at current market price. We can see on daily price chart there is an inverted head and shoulder pattern is panning out. Stock price is a very good resistance somewhere around 580 to 600. Now stock price is trading nearly that resistance only. So one can go long on graphite at current market price. Keep a strict stop loss below 550. If 550 is not broken down, then we can expect the target somewhere around 690 or maybe 700 in upcoming time. So it's not only for the intraday, but you can keep as a positional trade on graphite from current market price with the strict stop loss of 550. Apart from graphite, you can look at for the Gujarat Pipava. If you look at overall chart pattern Gujarat Pipava, the stock price is trading nearly resistance only. Again, a similar pattern. The stock price is trading above its all important moving average. Its momentum indicator is also on bullish zone. Ascending triangle pattern breakout we are seeing. Stock price made a all-time high somewhere around 245, and from that level it went down to the 130, 140, and from that now it is 163. So overall chart pattern looks very much promising at current market price. One can definitely go long at current market price. Keep a strict stop loss below 150, and here also you look for some good amount of rally towards 190, 200 in upcoming time. So overall Gujarat Pipava is also looking good. So Graphite and Gujarat Pipava both are our preferred pick.
Okay, got that. I hope viewers you've noted that down in terms of the key stock ideas. Within the IT sector, Kiran, please point out a few stocks that you would believe that will be in focus. Tomorrow is when the IT sector begins to report their earnings, and right ahead of it, look at the smart rally, 1.7% higher for the index, and it's moved to the high point of the day. Strong volumes there as well. Large caps vis-a-vis mid caps. Where are you keeping your focus within this earning season for the IT pack?
So just for the disclaimer point of view, we recently added IT into our family portfolio, and our client is also
Okay.
holding equity with high weightage in their portfolio. So overall, IT is very low risk trade. No doubt, there is a big time correction has been already happened with the price corrections also. If we can consider, if anyone has invested into the IT sector or maybe any stock specific from starting of this year, they probably are waiting market to recover and their portfolio is into the red zone. But if you discuss about anyone who is holding IT from 2023, they are also having zero return. Like you discuss about TCS, on October
Yeah.
2022, TCS was trading about this exactly the same rate at today rate. So if anyone has invested in Diwali 2022, they are in this Diwali also they are at same rate. So they have not generated any kind of a return. So even at current market price, we look there is a time correction has been done. Almost 2 years, IT has not delivered a single percentage of return. I am just betting who is trading and taking advantage of this momentum. But as an investor point of view, no one has created any good return of the IT. And we believe that after such big time corrections, there is a chance that we can see some rally on IT. So at current market price, definitely TCS looks very much promising because 3000 is the major support since last 2 years. Market has not been going below 3000. It is a day or 2 day market traded below 3000, and after that it has recovered very fast. So at current market price, risk reward ratio is very much favorable. Recently, whatever the low 2870 or maybe 2900 would be the great support. Keep a strict stop loss or buy the put of that particular strike price to just mitigate your risk. Go long on TCS. We can expect price target of 35-3600 in upcoming time. At least for a quarter or 2 quarter, you can expect 500 to 600 point rally on TCS. Apart from that, Infosys remain our preferred pick. We are recommending this stock since 1300 level. After that, it made a high of 1600. Now it is again trading near 1500. One can go long on Infosys also at current market price. Well, keep a stick stop loss below 1400, and you can expect price target of 1600 for sure. And last preferred pick is Wipro. Wipro is also looks very much favorable at current market price. It has a very good support of 230 to 40. So risk reward ratio is in our favor also. So you can go long on Wipro at current market price, expecting price target of 300 for sure.
Okay, fair point. So the IT momentum is strong, and you've got now a series of stocks that you could definitely be looking at where the momentum is building up in trade. You can see 1.7% of a rally on IT stocks, and that's clearly the flavor of the day. And you can clearly see across the board, large caps and mid caps also supporting the sentiments. What else is moving up? Broadest index, there are some smart moves. You have ITI, 9% higher in trade. Remember, yesterday, it was in our daily calls show that we saw, our guest Arjul Jain pick up this stock, for the near term. And it's again shot up about 9% in trade. You have MMTC, Escorts, Titan, Century Ply, Praj Industries. You have Hyundai and Honasa Consumers also that's moving up. Coforge, Karur Vysya Bank that's also picking up pace. A lot of stocks within the broadest index. Kiran, can you help us identify some stocks from the broad markets where one can continue to play the momentum at this point?
See, metals looks very much very attractive at current market price. So metal is one which you can keep on radar, and another is the bank. So first, let's discuss about the metal. In metal, Tata Steel, you can look around because Tata Steel has a resistance somewhere around 168, 170. We can see since last couple of days, market is consolidating near that particular price only. So keep a strict stop loss below 164 or maybe 165, and you can go long on Tata Steel. And you can expect price target of 185 or maybe 190 in upcoming time. So within the steel, Tata Steel looks very much promising. Another steel stocks which we are liking, that is Jindal Steel. The similar chart pattern, ascending triangle pattern breakout we have seen at 1000 rupees level. After that breakout, it went to 1080. Now again, it is available near its breakout level only. No doubt today it is trading at day's low, but overall chart pattern looks very much promising. It is available at its previous support. Plus, we can see the 50 days moving average is also near support. So overall, multiple support we can see near 1000 rupees. So you can go long on Tata Steel at Jindal Steel at current market price. Keep a strict stop loss below 980 or maybe 919. You can expect price target of 1100 in upcoming time. So Tata Steel and Jindal Steel within the steel sector looks very much promising. Now coming back to the banking stock. So within banking stock, there are two stock which we are liking, one from the PSU and one from the private. From PSU,
Okay.
again, we wanted to go with the large cap only, that is SBI. So SBI has given a big breakout, time corrections and price corrections both wise, nearly at 840. Now after that breakout, we can expect price target of 900. And today the after that breakout, price is already made a high of 880. Now today it's available at 860. Risk reward ratio is in our favor. You can go long on SBI also at current market price. Keep a stick stop loss below 840, and you can expect price target of 900 plus within a few time. So it's not only for the intraday, but keep for the short term horizon, and you can see some good amount of rally. And now from the last private sector bank which we are liking, that is Axis Bank. You look at overall Axis Bank price chart, a flag pattern breakout is there. The stock price is a very good support. Last week also we discussed somewhere around 1140, 1130. From that level it made a high of 1200. Now today it's available at 880. You can go long at current market price. Keep a strict stop loss below 1150, and you can expect price target again above 1200. So within the PSU bank, SBI, private bank, Axis, and the steel sectors looks promising.
Okay, got that. Let me also draw your attention to the gold related stocks as well. Titan is moving up today. That's also on the back of the business update that it has given. How are you looking at the jewelry and gold finances at this stage since gold prices continue unabated to record moves?
See, overall, if you look at the jewelry stocks and the gold move, the gold has a very extensive rally already has been done. So, as far as our understanding today, at current market price, the risk reward ratio for gold buying, it is not favorable as a trading point of view. Even as an investment point of view, if anyone is giving ready to a big time for this investment, that is fine. Because if you look at by the price wise, from August month, gold price was trading around $3,300. Now it is at $4,000. Already a good amount of rally been we have seen on gold prices. Now same thing we are not replicating onto the stock price. Like you look at the Titan, you look at Kalyan Jewellers, everything. Though pricing is rising, we have not seen any such movement on those particular stock price. Because gold price has moved, we have seen gold financing stocks who are doing very good, like Muthoot, Manappuram, and everyone. Now, as we are planning out our festival season, no doubt Titan and Kalyan Jewellers both are looking good at current market price. Titan has moved out, and now the risk reward ratio is not favorable. So Kalyan Jewellers one can look as a trading opportunity only. So Kalyan at current market price, one can go long, keep a strict stop loss below 470, and we can expect price target of 520, 530 in upcoming time. So as of now, Kalyan Jewellers is looking very good.
Okay, fair point. I hope this has also truly helped you out, viewers, in trying to understand where exactly the momentum is going in. Some of the capital markets related stocks are also moving up in tandem now. Let's look at 361 WAM. Nearly 2% high in trade at 1090 odd levels can be seen. You're looking at strong volumes also, and the stock pulling up to the day's high. Nuvama Wealth is up by about half odd percent as well. That's also pulling up in trade. Anything within the capital market stocks a few days ago, even BSE was back in focus. How are you looking at the story play out?
See, if we discuss about the capital market stocks, then there are two things. So one is there are three players to be played out. One is the asset management company, which is AMC. Now there is only seven players listed. Now it is coming to the broking, so there are number of stocks are listed already. And another is the exchange level or maybe regulatory level. So there are three ways to play out. So now first coming to the AMC. So within the AMC, UTI AMC looks very much good, and the Nippon AMC looks very much good. Level wise, if we discuss, one can look about the Nippon AMC at current market price. Overall chart pattern looks very much promising. It is available at fresh breakout level only. So one can go long at 870 or maybe 850. You expect price target somewhere around 950 or maybe 1000 in upcoming time. So Nippon Asset Management looks very much promising. One more UTI AMC you can look around. That is also given a fresh breakout. So at current market price, one can go long at current market price, and you can expect a far amount of rally. Now, broking stock we are not liking at current market price because there is a weekly expiries going coming. Such kind of rumors are there. So we are avoiding broking stock. But yeah, if we discuss about the exchange stock, we are much liking BSC at current market price because there is a two tailwinds. Because SEBI is already given a mandate that one exchange should have a one weekly expiry. So BSC already doing very good. Only two expiries are available, one with the NSE and one with the BSC.
Yeah.
So until and unless any other exchange is coming and coming out the any weekly expiry, BSC and NSE both going to be dominant. So that point of view, BSE looks very much promising at current market price. And now again, NSE is coming for the IPO, so that tailwinds is also with the BSE. So overall, BSE has a fundamental tailwinds. And now coming to the technical, there is a falling channel breakout we can see on BSE. Stock price is trading above its short-term and long-term moving average like 20 and 200, and it has formed rounding bottom pattern on intraday price chart also. So one can go long on BSE at current market price. Keep a strict stop loss below 2200 for the trading point of view, and you can expect price target of 2500 for sure.
Okay, fair point. All right, Kiran, thank you so much then for being with us on the show. As you speak, the stocks are continuing to be in focus at this point in time. So thank you so much. Appreciate your time as always and helping our viewers to identify the right side of momentum stocks and trading ideas as well. Appreciate your time truly for being with us on Business Today. We'll get you back soon. With that, viewers, we are wrapping up the morning edition of Market Today now. Remember, the market has moved up a tad bit, 2/10% higher at 25,158. 50 points of a jump can be seen, but remains to be seen as to whether we will hold this move towards the till the end of the session as well. Remember, throughout the course of the day yesterday, we had built up the momentum, but towards the end, we could see some exhaustion in the trade and some profit booking took shape, even though we managed to end above 25,100. Will we carry on the momentum, or will again exhaustion set in, is something that we will have to keep an eye out on. But IT stocks clearly in flavor right ahead of the earnings season as it kickstarts tomorrow. So of course we'll continue to tell you all the earnings preview throughout the course of the day, and in case you have any questions about the stocks in your portfolio, ask them away at 12 noon on Daily Calls edition, where market experts will guide you on your stock queries. Stay tuned for that.
हमारे साथ हैं सिविल एविएशन मिनिस्टर राममोहन नायडू। फेस्टिवल का सीजन है और हम देख रहे हैं कि आमतौर पे इस समय में किराए में बढ़ोतरी